Hi all, this is Solo and this is Suikoden. So I just brought Suikoden, a remastered version. You get Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, and I thought I'd play through it because I haven't played through it since the PlayStation 1 days, right? Back when I was like 7 years old, back on the PlayStation 1. So Suikoden, the original Suikoden, I have completed this game. It took me about 10-11 hours. You start off as a normal person, sort of with your father, and what it does is your father is one of the top 5 generals in this army that is the Empire. The Empire is a dominating faction of the game, and it basically rules everything with an iron fist. You then, on the start, you then go to the king to then basically say, look, I'm going to give you my allegiance, same as my father, as a top 5. And the king says, yeah, cool, okay, no problem. I expect great things from you. And you also meet the mage, Windy, who is a 300-year-old cursed rune user. Cursed runes in this game, runes are basically the magic in this game. You use it as, you equip a rune, and then this rune is an element. You can use that element to then use magic, right? And there's 27 unique runes. The witch on the left, or the mage on the left, sorry, in the blue, actually has one of the 27, and Ted, your friend, also has one of the 27, which is the Soul Eater, which is the cursed rune. Then he basically comes back off a mission after using the cursed rune to save you. Once he saves you, one of the Imperial Empire people sees him do it and then reports it to the king. And the mage, who happens to be the king's right-hand person, happens to want to get this rune, to combine it with her rune to dominate the world, to have revenge on the world, because she's 300-year-old as well, because she has one of these cursed runes. For some reason, the cursed runes in this game make you age forever. So what happens is you then have your friend be taken to the castle, and what happens is the witch then, or the mage, sorry, she then interrogates him by basically cutting him open and trying to get the rune out. Doesn't get the rune out. And what happens is he comes back to your house, and then what you do is he basically says to you, look, I'm going to die, blah, blah, blah. You're my friend, I need to take the rune. At the time, you have no idea it's cursed or anything, but you know it's special, so you take the rune. When you take the rune, then the army comes after you. You are then a fugitive. In this game, you become an Empire soldier, then you turn into a fugitive by doing all different side quests and stuff along the way. You meet up to 108 different companions. Yes, 108. You can have all 108 with you. And what happens is when you are a fugitive, you then go around and you find a base. You then work with the resistance. So the Empire is the main faction, but there's also a resistance because the Empire are actually doing really shady stuff in the back scenes with the mage. The mage is doing crazy stuff which people don't know about. The resistance knows about this, so what they do is they build a resistance. You then go help the resistance leader, then she helps you as well, and then she dies through a raid on her base because they have loads of different resistance bases across the world. And the Empire goes around and basically finds these bases and destroys them. She was caught in one of the bases later on in the game, or earlier towards the game. She then dies. She then asks you to go find her brother, and then she tells you to basically become the resistance leader. What happens then is you then become the resistance leader. You then find a base of operations for all your people. Then what happens is you go around the world and you recruit people. And this is where the 108 people come in handy. So you go around and you do like side quests and little bits and bobs for people, give them certain items, do certain things for them, give them certain uniques you find of monsters and whatever you find throughout the world, face bosses, kill bosses, all that sort of good stuff. And you can have up to, I think it's 6 people in a party, and these 6 people can be changed pretty much on the fly whenever you like. You go into your base operations, you recruit people. When you recruit people, you can recruit people to have shops in your base. You can recruit people to have different paintings, different windows. You can recruit people like a chef, like a person who cleans your clothes. You can have people that go in there and you can change a party, have an inn, you can have your own inn inside there. You have a person, you have to find a person who builds you boats. You can have like 300 boats, so you can go and attack the Empire with the 300 boats. You can then go and every person you add to your base then gets bigger and bigger and automatically develops over time based on how many people you have inside your base at once. After you have, I think I had around 80 to 90 people at the end of my 10-11 hour playthrough. I think it's 108 in total. The story goes, basically you go around Resistance, you go around the different continents of the world. You then recruit people in that continent. You then help like the bigger factions of that sort of continent gain their trust, gain their armies, because it has army battles in this game as well. And you get the armies, you get enough people in that sort of area, then you move on to the next side of the continent, and then what happens is you go to, I think it's 3 or 4 different continents. You then dominate them, help them out, defeat the Empire while you're at it by doing like army skirmishes and also recruiting people as you go. Once you get them on your team, they go back to your base and your base gets bigger and bigger. You then can recruit them up to, like I said, 108 people with 6 people in a team. On the fly, you can change them however you like. You can get people from like belly dancers to chefs to boat people to soldiers to you can literally have everyone on your team. It's actually quite funny. It's actually really, really cool as well. And once you get all them people, you then finally get enough people and enough army together to then fight the Empire. So what happens is the main faction is you go around, become the Resistance leader, then go around and recruit people slowly. At the start you are very small, and then you get bigger and bigger and bigger to the chance we have like 15,000 troops, and then you go and attack the Empire. Once you finally beat the Empire, you then go back to where you started from, the original capital of the Empire. You go there, you go into the castle, and then you go and fight the king himself. And the boss fights are really, really good in this game. It's really cool. Even on easy mode, you can get one shot. It's actually quite hard if you don't do the mechanics right. You need healing as well. Make sure you have at least one healer on your team, especially against the boss fights. You need someone to heal you. You can use items, but you lose a turn. And if you have a healer, you can actually heal your entire group with one turn. One person can do the entire group, rather than having 2 or 3 people chuck items everywhere, like potions and stuff, right? The game itself, compared to the original on the PlayStation 1, they've added autosaving in this game, but most of the other stuff, they upgraded the graphics a little bit for more HD detail, but it's pretty much the same as the original, but they've added autosave. Basically, that's sort of the main difference, and they've added HD textures and stuff like that. At my 10-11 hours of the game, I massively enjoyed this game. I don't know if I completed it on a PlayStation 1 when I was a child, but I definitely remember getting at least halfway through it. And just going back, this game is not expensive. You get the HD remake, you got Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2, and you can get that for like $28 if you go on cdkeys.com or something like that, or I think it's like $40 on Steam if you want to pay full price. But if you go on CD Keys, you can actually just buy a Steam key and then put it into Steam, but whatever. It's up to you. But what I'm saying is this game, I could just completed number 1 in just under 11 hours, and I think it is, the playtime. And that was me just chilling, going through the game, not even trying to rush or anything like that. Collecting about 90 out of 108 of the characters you can collect. And in the end screen, when you complete the game, you actually have a B-roll, and in this B-roll it tells you every single character and what they did after the war. The thing is, in this game you can lose your characters, right? So what I mean by that is, if they die in army skirmishes, they actually die completely. You lose them completely. They're still there on your character roster, but you cannot select them, they're dead. And when you go to the end credits, it will say they died in this battle or they died in that battle. If they don't die, it tells you exactly what they did after the main empire's been defeated and all that sort of stuff. And they tell you, it's really cool. It's like got a whole dialogue. They sort of fall out quite a lot, really, really well. Would I recommend this game? Yes, I would definitely recommend this game. I would not recommend this game for $45, but I would definitely recommend this game for sort of $20. Like I said, I paid $28 and I got both games on the HD remastered collection. For $20, $30, if you want it now, it's a great JRPG. Really, really worth your time, and I can't not recommend this game. This was in a time where you had JRPGs that actually thought about the gameplay, didn't have to worry about graphics, didn't have to worry about any rubbish like that. It was pure fun, pure customization. Dialogue options were on point, and the customization in this game is extremely fun. All the character customization, 108 characters. You have a base. You can upgrade your base multiple different ways. You can upgrade people. You have personal dialogues you can talk to people with. The B-roll at the end gives you everything, what they do after the war and everything. It's not just like clear cut. It gives you everything as well. Really cool ending as well, and I look forward to playing number 2, which I'm going to start soon. But like I said, roughly if you think between 10 to 15 hours of the actual fun, enjoyable gameplay, you're pretty much on point. This is my review of Suikoden 1. I will be doing a review of Suikoden 2 as well once I complete it, but at the minute I am just going to be starting it sort of tomorrow. But Suikoden 1 I've completed today. Massively enjoyed it. Took me about 3 or 4 days off and on, just casually, 3 or 4 hours a day. And it's just super fun, dude. You don't need a massive high-end PC or anything like that either. You can play this on like a potato PC because it's like JRPG PS1 style graphics. So yeah, if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.